Welcome, retro gamers and pixel pioneers, to the very first episode of 8-Bit Shenanigans. I'm your host, Viper, diving deep into the golden age of gaming where floppy disks ruled and imagination was king. Today, we're kicking things off with a heartfelt tribute to a true legend, Rebecca Heineman and her masterpiece for the Apple II, The Bard's Tale 3, Thief of Fate. In light of her recent passing on November 17th, it's the game, but the trailblazer who made it happen. Rebecca wasn't just a programmer, she was a pioneer, a co-founder of Interplay Entertainment, and one of the first transgender women to make waves in the industry. Born on October 30th, 1963 in Whittier, California, Rebecca Ann Heineman, originally known as William Bill Heineman, burst onto the scene as a gaming prodigy. At just 17, she won the National Space Invaders Championship in 1980, becoming the first ever national video game tournament champion. That victory, it wasn't just bragging rights, it launched her into the industry. She started writing strategy guides and articles on beating games, honing her skills as a hacker and programmer. By the mid-1980s, Rebecca co-founded Interplay Productions, a studio that would become synonymous with epic RPGs like Fallout and Wasteland. But her big break came with the Bard's Tale series. She handled ports for earlier titles, bringing them to platforms like the Apple II and Commodore 64. Then, in 1988, she took the reins as lead designer and programmer for The Bard's Tale 3, Thief of Fate, alongside Bruce Schlickburn and writer Michael A. Stackpole. Now, let's talk about the game itself. The Bard's Tale 3 hit shelves in 1988 for the Apple II, requiring a whopping 64 kilobytes of RAM. Commodore 64, Amiga, and later DOS. Rebecca personally coded the Apple II and C64 versions, optimizing every byte for those 8-bit machines. The development was a labor of love and sweat. Interplay was a small team back then, and Rebecca's expertise in assembly language made the impossible possible. She built on the foundations of the first two games but cranked everything up. The story? Epic fantasy shenanigans at its finest. Your party from the previous games, yep, you could import characters, wakes up to find Skara Brae, the city from the original, obliterated by the mad god Tarjan. To stop him, you hop through 7 dimensions, battling monsters, solving puzzles, and gathering artifacts. It's got time travel, alternate realms, and a thief who steals fate itself. Classic! Gameplay-wise, it was a step up from its predecessors. First-person exploration in a grid-based world, turn-based combat, and a party of up to 6 adventurers. New classes like the Chronomancer, Time Magic, and Geomancer, Earth Spells, added fresh twists. Rebecca introduced auto-mapping, a godsend for dungeon crawlers, and expanded the spell system to over 80 incantations. The Apple II version shone with its colorful graphics, for the era, and immersive sound, pushing the hardware to its limits. Combat was tactical. Position your fighters up front, mages in the back, and don't forget the bard's songs for buffs. But the real magic, the humor and depth. Random encounters could be brutal, but the witty descriptions and lore kept you hooked. Rebecca's design philosophy emphasized player freedom. Explore vast worlds, level up, and craft your legend. The impact? Huge. Thief of Fate is often hailed as the best in the trilogy, refining the CRPG formula that influenced giants like Ultima and Wizardry. It bridged the gap to modern RPGs with character persistence and expansive worlds that felt alive. For the Apple II community, it was a swan song for the platform's RPG era, showing what 8-bit could achieve before 16-bit took over. Rebecca's legacy extends far beyond this game. She ported classics like Doomed the 3DO and Wolfenstein 3D to various systems, founded Old School in 2013 to preserve retro games, and was a vocal advocate for LGBTQ+ rights in gaming. Her work paved the way for diverse voices in tech. Rebecca Heineman, thank you for the adventures, the innovations, and the inspiration. Your thief may have stolen fate, but you've stolen our hearts. If you're inspired, boot up an emulator and play Thief of Fate today. Import a party and keep the legacy alive. That's it for episode 1 of 8-Bit Shenanigans. Tune in next time for more pixelated escapades. Game on!